Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Nanny Faye traveling to spend holidays with son. Nanny Faye Chrisley is traveling all the way to Pensacola, Florida to spend the holidays with her son Todd. He and his wife, Julie Chrisley, are currently serving a combined 19 years behind bars. So to keep him from being lonely, his mother is coming to see him. Read on for all of the details. Nanny Faye traveling to spend holidays with son. It has been over 11 months since Todd Chrisley reported to a Pensacola jail. Fortunately, he and his wife, Julie Chrisley, may have the chance to get out earlier than expected. However, for the time being, they will still spend Thanksgiving behind bars. Obviously, for the parents of 5, plus Chloe, this is not an ideal situation in any capacity. Fortunately, Todd will be getting a very special visitor. His mother, Nanny Faye Chrisley, will be making the trek to see her son, and she's doing it alone. According to People, Faye shared the details on her granddaughter, Lindsay Chrisley's Southern Tea podcast. Her first stop is seeing some old friends of hers, so she will get to actually celebrate the holiday. Of course, while she is in Florida with her friends, she does have plans to see her son, Todd, despite the circumstances. Nanny Faye is one determined woman who, keep in mind, just beat bladder cancer. However, it seems that something like that will not deter her from seeing her boy for the holidays. Admittedly, she is saddened by the situation, but she is not going to let it drag her. Nanny will see Todd on this special day and do their best to celebrate. There is nothing more they can do other than that. What about Julie? Nanny Faye has given her daughter-in-law, Julie Chrisley, a lot of credit for helping her through her cancer battle. She does wish she could be with her on the holiday as well, but she is in a prison in another state. Fortunately, Julie will not be alone, as Faye shared her parents will be with her. Thankfully, Nanny will get to hug her son, and though she does note the dining will not be the same, that is a huge blessing. The sun peeked through the Georgia clouds as Nanny Faye Chrisley zipped up her bright red roller bag. With her leopard print scarf draped around her neck, a fresh perm bouncing with every determined step, and her trusty lipstick tucked into her handbag, she looked every bit the Southern matriarch on a mission. This year, she wasn't waiting for the holidays to come to her. No, ma'am. Nanny Faye was headed across state lines, and possibly into some holiday chaos, to spend Christmas with her son, Todd Chrisley. With Todd behind bars and the Chrisley family rebuilding their lives outside, the holidays carried new meaning. But Nanny Faye was nothing if not loyal and hilarious, and she'd be darned if her boy spent Christmas without a touch of Southern sass, a prayer over turkey, and her signature banana pudding. Savannah had tried to protest, of course. "Grandma, the roads are crazy. And what if you slip on ice?" she'd argued, her voice tinged with concern. "Honey," Nanny Faye quipped without missing a beat, "I slipped on worse than ice and still got up in time for The Price is Right. Now hand me my travel bingo cards and don't forget my flask." Chase, ever the comic relief, had offered to drive her to the prison facility in Pensacola. "I'll make a road trip playlist," he grinned. "Don't you dare put any of that trap music on," she warned. "I want Dolly Parton, George Strait, and maybe a little Cardi B to spice things up." The drive was a spectacle, naturally. With her oversized sunglasses on and a coffee mug that read, "Bless your heart," Nanny Faye gave Chase directions like a GPS with attitude. "Take that left right after the Waffle House, not before it. We're not savages." By the time they rolled into Florida, she called half the family, updated her Facebook status with a blurry selfie, and accused 3 drivers of needing Jesus and a driver's ed refresher. But the real moment began when she arrived outside the gates of the federal prison where Todd was incarcerated. Despite the razor wire and stoic guards, she marched in with the energy of a woman entering a beauty pageant. When she saw Todd, she didn't cry. Instead, she placed both hands on her hips and said, "Well, well, look who forgot to put up his Christmas lights." Todd, his eyes gleaming, chuckled. "Mama, I've missed you." "Of course you have. I bring the good word and the good snacks," she winked. sliding him a Bible and a pack of butterscotch candies in her pocket. The two sat for hours in the visiting area, their conversation swinging between gossip, grace, and gratitude. "I know you've been through hell, baby," she said, taking his hand gently. "But even in the fire,
trying, Mama.
you've got to Todd
shine."
said, his voice cracking. "Some days are easier than others." "I know," she whispered. "But Christmas is about the light coming into the darkness. And if I have to be the twinkle light in your prison cafeteria, so be it." They prayed together, heads bowed low, while guards watched quietly in the background. Nanny Faye didn't just bring holiday cheer. She brought fierce maternal energy that could warm even the coldest corners of confinement. The next day, after the emotional visit, Nanny Faye joined Savannah, Grayson, Chloe, and Chase in a rented cabin in the Smoky Mountains. They weren't trying to recreate Christmases of the past. Those were gone. But what they could do, and what Nanny Faye insisted on, was make something new, something meaningful. "I don't want y'all moping around," she declared, stirring the gravy in a vintage floral apron. "We've got each other, and that's more than enough." She made everyone dress in matching reindeer pajamas, even Chase, who loudly protested but secretly loved it. She taught Chloe how to play gin rummy and let her beat her 3 times in a row, then claimed it was because her glasses were fogged up from the sweet potato casserole. The cabin echoed with laughter, the scent of pine and cinnamon filling the air. After dinner, Nanny Faye pulled out a battered old photo album, filled with grisly Christmases past. Todd in a horrible 90s sweater, Julie decorating cookies with military precision, Savannah in a pageant dress under the tree. "Memories matter," she said, her voice softer now. "But so does now. So does showing up. Your daddy's in there, but his heart is with us." As snow began to fall gently outside, she looked around at her grandchildren, wounded, resilient, beautiful souls, and raised a glass of eggnog. "To love that doesn't quit," she toasted. "To faith that stretches even behind bars. And to my Todd, who may not be home, but is never far from our hearts." That night, as the fire crackled and Chloe snuggled beside her, Nanny Faye whispered, "Christmas is a feeling, baby, and it can't be locked up. Not if we don't let it." And with that, the Chrisley matriarch drifted off to sleep, her spirit full, her mission complete. Until next year, of course, when she'd probably insist on riding a sleigh to the prison yard just to shake things up.